Good day, everybody. This is Will B.
And I'm Will S.
And today we're going to run through some math problems. So right here in number 5, we're going to be solving this equation. So since there's parentheses on both sides, we have to distribute. And when you distribute the both sides, you get negative 9x plus 24 equals negative 5x plus 20. Now we need to isolate x by itself. So we add 5x to both sides, and that gives you negative 4x. And to get that variable by itself, you also have to subtract 24 from both sides. So when you subtract 24 from both sides, you're ended up with negative 4x equals negative 4. And that simplifies to be x equals 1. In this next problem, number 13, we are factoring. So the problem is x squared minus 4x plus 4. In this equation, the final solution is x minus 2 squared. So when you multiply those together, it ends up being that equation. So negative 2 times negative 2 equals 4, which is this variable right here. And negative 2 plus negative 2 gives you negative 4, which is this variable right here. Therefore, the answer is x minus 2 squared.
Okay, so next question here is a square root, and we're going to be simplifying this. And the way you simplify this is by making a factor tree, and the way you do this is you come up with different factors for, in this case, 80. So you would split the first two numbers that we've chosen as factors of 80 are 8 and 10, and we can split these up even further to 10 into 5 and 2, and then 8 into 4 and 2. And then 4 can also be split into 2. So we have two pairs of 2, and we multiply those pairs together to get 4. And then on the inside, we have 5 left over, so that's what we put on the inside of the square root. And so your final answer would be 4 root 5.
Thank you, Will. Okay, in this next problem, number 29, we are solving this equation by factoring. So what we need to do is set the equation equal to 0. So we subtract 10 from both sides, and you get n squared minus 3n minus 10 equals 0. And to factor this out, you would get n minus 5 times n plus 2. And when you do that, negative 5 times 2 gives you the negative 10, and negative 5 plus 2 gives you the negative 3. However, you need to set each of these equal to 0. So when you set n minus 5 equal to 0, the solution is n equals 5. And when you set n plus 2 equal to 0, your solution is n equals negative 2. And that's how you get your answer, n equals 5 and negative 2.
And so the last question here would be a system, and we're going to try to solve this system by graphing. As you can see here, the first step is to convert the two equations into slope-intercept form so that we can graph them. And as you can see, the slope-intercept form of the first equation would be y is equal to 4x plus 3. And then for the second equation, it would be y is equal to negative 2x minus 3. And so to graph the first equation, 3 is the y-intercept here, so you would go up 3 on your graph here, and then you would do your slope from there. And the slope here is 4 over 1, so you would go up 4 on the number line in the y-axis, and then over 1 in the x-axis. And then to make this line a little bit more accurate, you could go the opposite of that slope, which is negative 4 or negative 1. And so you would go down 4 on the y-axis and back 1 on the x-axis. And that would leave you with negative 1, negative 1. And then for the second equation, you would graph it in the same way, and the 2 points, the 2 lines intersect on negative 1, negative 1. And so that would be your final answer, negative 1, negative 1.
Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.